You're watching coverage of the 2023 Digital Dealer Conference and Expo in Las Vegas on CBT News.
Hey everyone, we're out here at Digital Dealer 2023 in Las Vegas, and look who I have here with me, Mr. Brian Pasch, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Hey, it's always good to be with my friends from Atlanta.
And I might add, the longest running show on CBT News is Automotive Marketing Now, so thank you so much for that.
It's been a great partnership, helping dealers, educating dealers on what's new.
That's right, that's right. And this is the first time we're getting you without a glass of wine in your hand.
Yeah, that is very special. It's a little too early, even in East Coast standards.
I was just going to say, but what about if you're in your home in Italy? Then you'd be right on time.
That's perfect, 5:30. No, it would even be a
5
little
o'clock
later.
somewhere.
With 9 hours. It would be dinner time. Yeah.
That's right, that's right. Hey, all kidding aside, if we could be serious here for a minute, I know it's hard for us to do, but what are some of the trends that you see? We're at Digital Dealer, as I mentioned in the opening of the segment. What are some of the trends that you're focusing on right now that you're seeing?
You know, I think dealers are, I don't want to use get back to basics, but they are definitely seeing normalized floor planning at a higher rate.
That's right. That's right.
Focusing on turn rates, moving inventory. So it's getting back to conversations of sales process.
Right.
Is digital retailing working? How do I get more opportunities in the showroom? And fortunately, I think it's brought the light back onto the day-to-day ways to help dealers move metal.
Right, right. And let's drill down. What are some of those things? What are the things that you're telling dealers now to really focus on 2024?
Yeah, it's kind of a breakthrough. Every dealer has a sales process that, you know, a lead comes in, they know they have to respond.
Sure.
Start a conversation with that customer before maybe another dealer calls them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think that what dealers haven't done is they haven't mystery shopped themselves to see that when their BDC or salespeople call them, there's no caller ID. And today, less and less people feel comfortable picking up a number that they don't recognize.
Me included.
And some dealers don't have a health check system. They don't even know some of their numbers are being marked as potential spam.
Oh, wow.
So there's been a breakthrough. Now dealers can display their logo, their dealership name, and in 2024, the reason for the call. It could be sales inquiry or service reminder.
The logo too.
The logo.
Wow.
So instead of seeing someone's face on your phone, you know, when Bridget calls, and what this does is increase the percentage of people who answer by 50, 60, 70%, which means dealers get to talk to consumers faster.
That's right, that's right. And that's what it's all about. Speed is so much a part of this game right now. I was just talking to somebody from Cox Automotive, and they mentioned that it used to be, hey, this is back in the day, you got to get back to them within an hour, you know? Then it was a half an hour. Now it's, you better get back to them in seconds if you want that deal.
Yeah, and I'll tell you a funny story. I was shopping for solar, and I put my information on this national site, which I thought had service in Florida. They didn't, and they must have sold my contact information to 5 or 6. My cell phone blew up.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, I do try to pick up some calls from people if I don't know because of work. But it just reminded me, not one of these solar companies had a caller ID, and I recently did mystery shops in Miami, none of them. So I think this is one. The second thing is, and Jim, you and I have talked about this on Auto Marketing Now, whether dealers should lead gate digital retailing, you know, pop up a lead form or not. And I think there's some new understanding in this idea of gating versus non-gating, and we're starting to see the data.
Sure, so what would your recommendation be on that?
So I think what we're finding, the practical thing is very few consumers are completing a digital retailing experience. Very few.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, if we really took a hard look at ourselves, the tools are not meeting all the needs of consumers. So I think the best thing is to lead gate. Okay. Let them explore as long as the tool opens up everything. But in a very appropriate way, reach out to them and see where they left off.
Okay.
Meaning consciously aware of where they stopped.
Sure.
And help them, because what we're finding is that with a totally open system and very few people completing it,
right,
dealers have a lot less people to speak to,
right,
a lot less opportunities to get people in the showroom.
What's your recommended way to make that first reach out? Is it text messaging? Is it phone call? Is it an email? What should it be?
It's so funny you should bring that up, because since this branded caller ID is new, it made me think about something. Is texting working better than calling because of caller ID?
Yeah.
So think about this.
Yeah.
If somebody submits a lead and they call and the number's unrecognized, most people aren't picking that up.
No.
But if the text goes out and says, this is Brian Pasch Ford,
yeah.
Can we continue? And they submit a lead, they're probably going to say, yeah, okay.
Sure.
Because the text has who it's from,
That's
even though the number isn't recognized.
That's right. Good point.
So I'm wondering, with branded caller ID,
yeah,
will more people pick up the phone?
Right.
The answer is yes.
Right.
So I would say we win people by establishing a connection.
Sure.
Car purchases are still an emotional relationship decision. Try the phone.
Right.
If they don't pick up with branded caller ID, the texting is fine.
Yeah.
But maybe the phones have been broken for longer than we thought, because we just forgot who we are, and we normally don't pick up numbers we don't recognize.
That's a very, very, very good point. And I know as a consumer myself, now I fly on Delta, I think you do too. You know, it seems to me that you're better off texting with the customer service rep than you ever are waiting on hold, and then because they get that stuff done so quickly for you. And they're right back with it. I need to make a change. I need to make an upgrade, and whatever I need to do, you can do all through text messaging.
That's right. And, you know, I still have some dealer groups who are afraid to text.
Really?
Still afraid.
2023 and afraid to text.
Afraid to text.
Oh my gosh.
But
their competition must love that. They're afraid to text.
You know, it's so funny you say that.
Wow.
But I really recently visited a dealer group. They were off. And I said, you know, I mystery shop all your competitors, and they're texting.
Oh, yeah.
And it really helped them pull the trigger, finally.
Yeah.
And their BDC manager was like, thank God, thank God.
So as an institution, they didn't like texting, but I bet the salespeople were over there texting the consumer going, right? I would be if I worked there.
I mean, you know how competitive South Florida is.
Oh my God.
So
it was a South Florida store?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So, that's a surprise to hear.
Yeah, so I think today, when I think about the showroom floor here, new ways to communicate, more efficient ways to communicate, AI-assisted scripting, AI-assisted workflows. These are practical upgrades to reduce the human workload, and we're seeing that innovation here at Digital Dealer.
That's right. You've done a lot on G4. Talk to us a little update on that.
Yeah, George Nenny is here at Digital Dealer. He'll be doing a workshop this afternoon on GA4. A lot of questions, a lot of frustrations.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The vendor community, for the most part, is behind the Automotive Standards Council specification, but still rolling out. And there's a lot of training.
Yeah.
And I think my encouragement to all the viewers of CBT News, make sure your agency knows what they're doing. There's nothing wrong for asking questions.
Yeah.
Have them join the Automotive Standards Council, but the agencies are a little behind, yet they're the stewards of the dealer's money.
They are, I know.
So if the agencies don't know how to optimize ad spend using GA4, then we have a conflict of interest.
You do.
And they have to step up.
That's right. And there's got to be a training involved there with those agencies. I mean, they can't take accounts for granted and just go, yeah, we're the agency, we know better, without knowing GA4. I mean, they're going to be in hot water quickly.
That's right, and that's why in November in Palm Beach for the Modern Retailing Conference, we have a 2-hour hands-on GA4. With some really sharp guy, Ryan Shreve from Team Velocity, Dustin Lesser from Dealer On. We have some amazing folks that are just really knowledgeable. and we're going to be talking about reporting and KPIs and configuration.
Right,
so
right.
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
And so there's help for dealers.
Yeah.
And agencies that really want to get GA4 under their belt.
So can people still sign up for the event in November?
Yeah, so dealers can and OEMs.
Okay,
so the Allied Industry tickets are sold out, but we do have some few spots from dealers, dealer group leaders, and their marketing teams.
Right.
And that's November 12th, 13th, and 14th in Palm Beach, Florida.
If you have not attended one of Brian's events down there, this is a world-class event, not just so much because it's a world-class resort, and it is, and it's right on the ocean, and it's in November, but it's really the talent that he brings there. You just mentioned a few of them. We've attended. It's been an incredible event to attend. Dealers get so much out of it. Their agencies get so much out of it. We're going to show the information on the screen right here, so you're a click away. You have no excuses. And but I'd highly recommend, especially during these times, that you maybe bring your agency along with you. Maybe you'll have to bring them kicking and screaming, I don't know. But this is the information that they need, right?
Yeah,
really
and the theme this year is elevating the customer experience.
Right.
Really having more personalized one-on-one communications.
Right.
Of course, GA4. These themes are kind of pushing the conversation forward, like you do on CBT News. Talk about the things that are coming, not the things that are in the rear view mirror.
That's right.
To help dealers prepare for the future.
That's right. Good 2024, you think?
You know, if this strike isn't resolved soon, we're going to see, unfortunately, I think dealers cutting back some marketing. They're going to see it. I hate to say that as an agency.
I know.
I think we're going to see disruptions in the supply chain because the suppliers are laying off people.
I know.
Who knows how many of them come back to work? Are they just frustrated? Right. This will be the second time in a very short period where major disruptions in supply chain. What does that do to the families, those small entrepreneurs?
I know.
So if we can resolve this strike, let's just say in the next month, I think 2024 rebounds. But if this drags out into the new year,
I know.
This is
it's going to be very concerning.
It will get ugly. And then I wonder if it's a push too far and some of the OEMs move more manufacturing over to Mexico.
Could you imagine? Why not just take those dollars?
It's a plan B.
Give it to the workers.
It's a potential plan B.
I know. I've heard that from more than a few people in the industry that's a possibility.
Yeah.
So,
how far do you push?
I know.
We have to watch.
That's right. Brian Pasch, PCG Companies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks for watching CBT News coverage of the 2023 Digital Dealer Conference in Las Vegas.